Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andy Ordo. Today I'm going to talk about the Sith. I feel like the Sith could be, one dark side team that could be revisited in the near 8-10 months, or within the next 8 to 10 months. And honestly, let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with this? Because we have a lot of Jedi, a lot of good Jedi. I feel like we need a few more good Sith. And I'm going to propose a few near the end, but I'm going to talk about maybe some, optional reworks. Yes, we did last February get a faction rework with Sith. They made them better. We even got 3 amazing Sith between Nihilus, Sith Trooper, and Sith Assassin. However, I felt like that was just not enough. I think we need a few more Sith variants added into the game, as well as a few reworks. So, first off, the big top 2, at least on my list. This one, Vader. He needs either to be they need to make a new version of him, like maybe episode 6, or who knows what type of episode, or keep him like this, just add a Zeta unique, because he only has 4 abilities. Yet his son, which has 6 abilities, the Commander Luke Skywalker variant, is way better than him. So what I can see possibly making him even better, one, I feel like counter chance, at least 70-75% counter chance on his unique would be great. Him to work more with his leadership with the dots or the damage over time effects. Maybe, I don't know, we just need something to better Darth Vader. So that is where I'm seeing, predicting and hoping that we get that, we might actually get this one and Emperor Palpatine with a Empire rework, because the recent Dark Side territory battles require Empire and Bounty Hunters. So I can see these 2 characters at least getting a boost. But will they work with Sith or not, other than their leadership? I hope so. They could... Oops, that's not Sith. Because, they just need a little bit more push and oomph to push, Sith and Empire characters a little more over the edge. Because Rebels run rampant. We're starting to see Resistance run a little rampant, even though it's mostly like 3 Resistance. One being a multitude of factions, R2, but... So yeah, Vader definitely needs a Zeta unique. We just need a good unique rework for him. And like I said, we might just get that more in an Imperial faction pass, which I'd be fine with. I would be fine with that. And that'd be the same with the 2 Zetas on Emperor Palpatine. Having, again, a better, improved leadership. The 32% goes up to like maybe 40% and a few other bonuses within it, maybe even a 3rd bonus to Sith and Empire allies, and then a negative to another bonus status effect of negativing towards Jedi and Rebels, as well as I feel like still, he doesn't shocks can't be cleansed under him. So yeah, those are kind of my few, tidbits of what could make these guys better. Also, maybe even under Palpatine's unique, because of how squishy he is, giving him himself 25% more health, or even 30% more health, and 15% more protection would be very viable. Maybe some defense. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to go with these 2 characters, but of course, again, like I said, it'll probably be an Empire faction pass that'll at least fix those. The rest of these we'll see for future faction passes. Yes, I still do not have this guy Zeta'd. He's still a really good option to Zeta, especially Darkside territory battles, territory wars. Still have a team to face against. So yeah, I'm still working kind of on my Sith a little bit here and there. But for the most part, because like earlier this week I did work on his Palpatine's mods. So I finally got, a decent set of offense and potency mods. So I'm glad for that. I'm going to start working on mods for Maul next. Some people say crit chance, crit damage. I have seen like a speed set ran with one of my arena in my arena, there's one Darth Maul team that is using a speed set on his. I'm going to opt for the potency and offense route, mainly because I feel like it would just be a little bit even out damage overall if I use him under Darth Nihilus led teams, because I use Darth Nihilus led teams for the Jedi battles, the Jedi power thing, or the assault battles. That's the word. the Jedi assault battle. So that's kind of my direction with him. But for the most part, going back to it though, Darth Maul is great. He may need I feel like he could use a third unique ability, or not a third special ability. He could use a third special ability or a second unique. Either way works. Some people are thinking of having him, tie in with Night Sisters. I feel like creating a whole new Darth Maul that would tie in with Night Sisters would be better, because this one was meant for... This is the Darth Maul from Episode 1. He never really had any synergies with Night Sisters, other than he was stolen from his, the Night Sisters and was raised as a Sith. So the second one would have a link to Night Sisters, as well as Sith. So we could see that in the near future, hopefully, at least in my opinion. So, but hey, it'd be kind of cool if he did link with Night Sisters in some way. I know it'd be kind of crazy to see a Night Sister-led team using Darth Maul leadership. That'd be kind of interesting. So you got Darth Maul, Talzin, Ventress, Daka, and Zombie. And then they're all going in and out of stealth. They're having evasion up. They gain 20% turn meter. Yeah, and they can't be critically hit while they're stealth. So that kind of helps the team out. And honestly, yes, you could, sub out old Daka for the Acolyte, I think it is, the archer, the stealth archer, to help with that. But I don't see us having Dance with the Shadows with Maul and Night Sisters. But for the most part, going back to Sith though, again, another unique or special ability would be very viable for Maul, because he is a iconic character. I feel like he deserves having, 5 abilities. Not 4, 5 abilities. Just like Vader. Vader should have that 5th ability added. Of course, he only has 3 special abilities, so unique would really fix up Vader. Count Dooku. First off, I feel like his leadership's definitely going to be updated with the Separatist faction pass, so no need to worry too much about that one. But he's been reworked really well. He's still pretty squishy, even with the critical avoidance, critical immunity. For 1 turn, it could give him like critical immunity and defense up for 2 turns. That may make him a little better, but other than that, not much going on with him. He is really good still on a Nihilus led team. So he'll still be good in Darkside Territory battles, on the battles without the Empire Bounty Hunters, as well as he would also be good with under a Nihilus-led team in Territory Wars as a good defense or offensive option. A lot of people aren't using Nihilus anymore. He's kind of fallen down in popularity because Thrawn does some stuff better on teams than Nihilus, and Nihilus needs to be protected, so... yeah, that's, Dooku for you. He's still really good. He just really does not hold up for it. Maybe his Force Lightning could be better, so we'll continue on. Nihilus. Now, Nihilus is a really unique character. I really like him. Honestly, I don't know where you could improve Nihilus. I know his leadership can be improved. I feel like giving 2 more status effects would really help him out, or help him and Sith leadership out, and that would be having 75% critical avoidance, so he's not being hit as much, and then having either 50% defense or 50% counter chance, which 50% counter chance would be nice, but that 50% counter chance might be better on another Sith character that could come into play, like maybe if they ever bring Darth Bane or Darth Revan or Darth Sion into the game, we could have, a Sith counter team based off of one of those leaderships, So, but for the most part, you know, and maybe even upping his offense up a little bit. But, you know, I would like to see some Nihilus-led teams running around. Even if you have to mix them up a bit, Nihilus-led teams, you know, a lot of the times a lot of people would mix them up. What the Sith are lacking is a good tank. You know, like if they had a Sith, like say Darth Sion, for instance. Darth Sion comes in, he just keeps Sith cleansed. He's kind of the General Kenobi, but for Sith. You know, that would actually be very viable. He kind of heals them up a bit and stuff like that. Maybe has an Akbar-like cleanse, or maybe just a regular cleanse, you know. But we'll see what happens with that. But Darth Nihilus still needs a little boost, but for the most part, he's still a really good character. Savage Opress, oh yeah, he's a fun character. I've actually seen some people actually use him to solo teams in the Territory Wars, which is really hilarious just to watch him just solo. It's like they got a good team, but just Savage is just much more powerful and just dominates these teams. And, you know, if you could use your Savage like that, great. Gear him up to at least gear 11, gear 12. Max him out on everything, and you'd be Zeta him for sure, and then you'd be like sit there going, okay, I'm gonna take this team on with Savage and just dominate it. So Savage is there. Savage, I still feel like his brute Zeta should also work with just the Zeta or the unique in general should also dispel on a random other Sith or Night Sister ally. I feel like him synergizing with Night Sisters would be great. I think it'd be fun to see a Savage on a Night Sister team, especially with Plague Effect. But outside of that, he's great as is. It's just Sith are just lacking a few like cleansing characters and a good tank. One of the Sith's only tank currently right now is Sith Trooper. He's great. He just needs to be, of course, better. So until they, you know, make it really good, he has 100% defense though when maxed out, which that's always nice. So, but until they get some more Sith added into the game, these kind of Sith are just like Sith Assassin's great as is. She doesn't need really any changes, especially since she is the speeding up team member. Especially since she, you know, like mine's speed is 195, and a lot of times some people just play her as a speed up the team, and then, you know, at least maybe weaken one character so that Savage could destroy that character and then moves on from there. But until then, you know, like, still a great character. And then, of course, Sidious is a really good character. I feel like Darth Sidious is another one, like Vader and Maul, that could use another ability. And in this instance, another special ability would be ideal. Maybe a buffing ability for Sith and a weakening ability for Jedi, or just light side characters, and he buffs dark side characters. Something of that nature would be nice. So he buffs and then weakens kind of thing. So, but that's the Sith. Of course, there are many Sith that can come into the game. I may actually, to be honest, I know I said I'll leave some in near the end of the video, a list of a few. I am going to do another video on, you know, Sith that can come into the game within the next year or two, depending on when they do a Sith faction pass again. So, obviously, getting a new Darth Maul or two would be nice. I have done a video on another, like a villain's story or a, you know, villain's fall story, whatever it would be, kind of like the Luke and Rey stories, but for Darth Maul. So we would get a Darth Maul version with him having a dark saber and having the, you know, red saber, two sabers, like when he went to face up against Sidious right before the end, or in the Clone Wars, that last scene you see Darth Maul in. That is a very great option to have a character like that built. Because he would still be Sith, but he would also synergize well with Night Sisters, and so on. And another character, or another Darth Maul, would be the Rebels version of Darth Maul. He would just be a dark side user. He could still be Sith in a sense, because he could still tie in with that, but just Sith or still Sith and Night Sisters, but he would be unique because he has he's back to a double-bladed lightsaber, but maybe a different style of double-bladed lightsaber, but this one maybe he actually throws the double-bladed lightsaber. Something like that, because he has done that. So there's 2 Darth Maul's options. Another option would be, of course, the obvious given one that a lot of fans want and then some fans don't, and that's Darth Revan. I wholeheartedly would say yes, I want Darth Revan in the game. Make him a unique character. Actually, I feel like with Revan, he might need a event similar to like the story event or the hero's journey events, as well as the or like a legendary event or something where he's a light side and dark side. He can play on both sides. He has leadership for Jedi and Sith. Something of that nature. A lot of fans would for sure love that, and I would actually love it too. We would get, I will say, we would get a Jedi and a Sith, but we would also get a light side and a dark side character. So he kind of comes in and he doesn't add to either side. Even though we're still, right now, Galaxy of Heroes is still maxed out towards dark side or light side. Except ship teams, I've noticed ship teams are always dark side teams. Let's see. Then we got Darth Sion and Darth Bane. They'd be great, optional great tanks and or some sort of, I feel like good tanks. Good Sith tanks that have some good synergies. Darth Sion was part of the Triumvirate with Nihilus and Darth Traya. So, that's the kind of key linkage there. I have also done a video on Traya and Kreia, even though I said Traya and Kreia would just be, not a Jedi, not a Sith, just a light side, dark side. They would link up with a random character or a chosen character at the beginning of the match. Give buffs and debuffs to each one. So, yeah, something like that. Let's see, another Sith would be, actually a couple of Sith would be Darth Malak and Darth Malgus. Those would be some good Sith options. And another Sith option, I'm going to leave it on this one, is this Sith Marauder. Maybe like a Sith with 2 lightsabers running around. Similar to, kind of have a similar build to like Ventress or whatever, but not Ventress, but like at least a style. 2 lightsabers, and he's a Marauder. Then it would fill in the Trooper, the Guard, Assassin, the Marauder. Of course, we could still benefit with maybe like an Inquisitor and a, what's another Sith that would be great? What's the other one? I'm trying to think. Sith Juggernaut. Yeah, Sith Juggernaut would be another tank option. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with some of these changes towards Sith? I know this, for Sith in general, I feel like that won't happen for another, no more than 6-8 months, or probably 8-12 months before we see a Sith update. Minus 2 of them. I can still see we get an Imperial faction pass in the next 6 months for Vader and Palpatine. So we'll see what happens when that time comes. Of course, like everyone says, the developers have limited time, so we'll see what we get when we get it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. You guys have a wonderful day.